Welcome to another week in my life. So this week I thought it would be fun to take you guys to work with me and show you like the behind the scenes of what it is to teach middle school math. So today is Sunday and I definitely have like Sunday scaries right now because I left on Friday. Like I left the room in a total mess. Like I did not prep anything. Normally I will stay like at least 30 minutes and just make sure that all of my copies are made and laid out and organized and make sure that my room is clean. And there's just like some routine things that I like to have done before I leave. But I had an appointment right after work, so I had to leave like as soon as the bell rang. Like I release kids at 3:43 and I was out the door by like 3:46. So it definitely stressed me out in the moment leaving everything, and I know that I have so much to do. Like I didn't bring anything home with me either. I am stressed just knowing what I have waiting for me when I go in tomorrow. In a completely predictable and not at all shocking turn of events, I am not leaving on time. I wanted yesterday, I was so enthusiastic and I had such high hopes and expectations for myself, and I wanted to arrive at school at 7. Guess what time it is right now? 7. So I definitely knew this was gonna happen. And I blame my utterly poor sleep. I have been sleeping so poorly, waking up, coughing, and just not getting sleep. So I ignored my alarms. I ignored my alarms and did not get out of bed until 6:30. So I didn't do any of my morning routine things this morning. It's a little chaotic. I left this place not as a wreck, but just not as prepped as I normally do. And I know I already talked about that. I need to print my warm-ups and I need to figure out, I think I already updated my slides for this week, which is awesome. But everything that I need to get printed, I need to print before 7:50, and it's 7:33 right now, and my computer takes a few years to load. So while that's loading, I can go ahead. Oh, it's loaded. Yay. So I have not, breakfast. I think I showed y'all this already. This is my like warm-up format. That way I only have to make one and they reuse it every day of the week. I haven't made one for this week yet. So I have like 10 minutes to think of 5 warm-ups. It's fine. We're doing equations right now and my kids are kind of struggling with 2 steps, so I think I'm gonna have quite a few equations and inequalities on there, and then I'm going to spiral in skills from our previous unit. So that's that. I also decided to start doing classroom jobs for one of my classes, and if it goes well there, then I will introduce it in my other classes as well, maybe. But, okay, so good for me. I saved all of my do nows from last year So I can just edit this one. What is it? Is it week 6 right now? Nine, 16 through 9, 20. Okay. So I just need to come up with 3 do nows. Ta-da! So I made them all equations, so I'm just gonna print this out and get to go. But to those of you who use classroom jobs in your middle school classroom specifically, what do you do? Like, how, I need tips, because I used it last year and it didn't go great. Like, it was fine, but it didn't go great. And so I would I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to print a job description for each job. And then I need some sort of like accountability thing. So, okay, I'm going to do that during my conference. What do I need to do right now? Okay, I think I just need to go pick those up off the printer and then get myself organized, and I'll at least be ready for first period. Just had lunch and my planning. First period went fine, but my stapler is broken. It's like jammed in the shut position, and this is the only stapler I have that opens. And I needed to staple stuff to my wall, and I was gonna show you guys because it's actually something really fun that I do, but my stapler doesn't work. And I need to it's like stuck. Oh. I'm either gonna break it. Oh. Did that. Just trying to MacGyver this. Y'all, did I just? Okay, so what is the issue here? I think I just fixed it. Okay. Time to test. Oh my gosh. I just fixed it. Okay. Well, that was incredible. Good. So I can do that and show you guys. We just went through all of the answer keys and I scanned them and uploaded them. So that is done. There's 2 things that I need to do right now, but I feel like I'm only gonna have time to do one. I need to hang up my Math Masters, which is the thing I needed the stapler for, and then I also need to print out my job descriptions for my class that gets that and their accountability sheet, but I feel like that's gonna take too long. Oops. That would take too long to do in the 15 minutes I have before kids come. So I'm gonna staple my Math Masters on the wall as like a little celebration. Okay, I hung up my Math Masters. I also created an anchor chart super fast, so I just threw it up on the wall. And now, instead of doing the class job the way I was going to do it, which was like to create a really nice like form and print it out and stuff, I'm just gonna put the job description on one side of an index card, and then I'm gonna have their name and draw like boxes from Monday through Friday so that I can stamp each day that they complete their job. And this is just how it's gonna be for now. So I'm going to see if I can write all of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs in 5 minutes. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, I have like 1 minute left and 3 more to write. Oh, I'm stressed. Okay, so I at least got the descriptions written down. Should I push my luck and try to... I'm gonna push my luck. I'm gonna do a really, really quick thing on the back. Oh no, I hear them in the hallway. Oh no! Okay. This is all. I have to go. They're here. Oh, okay. You know what? I got a lot done. This is fine. It's fine. Did anybody leave, or are you all still here? Who's missing?
Who's missing?
One. Where's one? There you are. What?
Isn't that someone's job?
Did I count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, it's not 4. Thank you. I got you. 8, 12, 16, 20, 22. I can't count.
Do you have snacks that you can sell to me for $2?
No. But I'll tell you what. I'll give you a birthday treat after class. Just don't forget to remind me, okay? It's the end of the day. I made it. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. They were so crazy today. Like, they just wouldn't stop. They just wouldn't stop. By the end of the day, I was so done with everything that I just let them get on iReady and listen to music. I don't know how much work any of them did, and I don't care at this point. I mean, that was my honors class, so we're definitely on schedule. But in my on-level classes, how do you teach a kid to care? How do you teach 28 kids at once to care? I feel like if I was tutoring them one-on-one, I could have those like heart-to-heart conversations and grow those relationships with them and like get them to at least kind of care. But I can't do that when there's 28 of them. Like, I just don't have the time. And I tried to like have everyone in the class working on something silently while I was able to meet one-on-one with students, or even in like small groups. I can't, not in that class. They cannot stay focused. They can't do anything like that. Like, I took the time to pre-film like 5 lessons, and I posted them on Canvas, and I said, here's the handouts, watch the videos, take the notes. So ideally, everyone should have been watching with their headphones on, and I was gonna work with small groups. I couldn't. I spent the whole 90 minutes managing behaviors, even when there shouldn't have even been an opportunity for there to be behaviors. It's crazy. And before anyone comments, oh, it's, classroom management. You need to fix your classroom management. You need to form relationships. I know. I'm working on it. But it's like, I'm not the only one experiencing this. Like, as a team, we are just dumbfounded. Like, we have no idea what to do. And I have people on my team with lots of experience. And they're just like, anyway, I should go. It's 4:00. That's technically my get out of here. I'll be honest, I generally work 7:30 to 4:30, even though my contract hours are 7:30 to 4. But like I said, I just need time to set up everything. And like, I don't know when I'm supposed to grade other than after school. Like I don't have enough time during my conference to do everything. And I still, I have to contact parents. Oh, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. I wish I could just teach and I didn't have to deal with all the extra stuff. Contacting parents. And did you know I can't schedule detention without getting an okay from the parents? Like, if I want to assign a detention to a kid, I have to say, oh, I'm going to be assigning a detention. I'll let you know when. And then, like, call the parent and say, hey, what day is most convenient for your kid to serve detention? And if the parent doesn't answer, I can't assign detention. So there are some times where it's like 2 weeks before they serve detention for what they did, and they've forgotten it by now. And I've forgotten it by then. Like, so much happens. I get it. I get that, like, parents, we have a lot of working parents. A lot of them rely on buses or whatever. So, like, it's hard. It would be extremely inconvenient for parents to have to, like, leave work early or whatever to pick up their kid an hour later. But at the same time, like, I feel like parents need to be inconvenienced a little bit in order to understand how much of an inconvenience their child is in my class, which is harsh. And I'm not a parent, so I really shouldn't be saying anything. But at the same time, it feels like I can't do anything without doing a million other things. So that's why I'm always tired and drained and exhausted, because it's not just, oh, do these 5 things. It's like, oh yeah, do this one thing, and then there's like 12 other things associated with this one thing, and then there's 4 things associated with this thing, and 13 things. Like, it's not just teaching. It's so much more. Happy Tuesday. So I totally forgot that today is Flex, and Flex is something that we do at my school where if you have a 73 or above in all of your classes, you get to go to a party at the end of the day. It's like the last 2 hours of the day. And then if you have less than a 73 in any of your classes, you have to go to like a 2-hour-long tutorials to get your grade up. So I have 12 students coming to my tutorials. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. I think for 10 of them failed their unit test. So I'm gonna have them start with test corrections. And then the other 2, I'm gonna have them just work on missing assignments. And then depending on how long it takes to do the test corrections, the rest of them will also just work on missing assignments. But last year, Flex did not go great for me in terms of like actually having students get caught up. Like, they would just come to my tutorials and sit there for 2 hours because they didn't want to be there, which is annoying. So last year, all I did was I would just assign them brain pops, and if they did them, I would replace their lowest grade with like a 70 for each brain pop that they did. And even then, I only had a couple kids actually do it. So that little piece is just driving me crazy. So we'll see what actually happens today. But because of that, we have a completely different schedule today. let's see. Yeah, oh my gosh. All of our classes are like so much shorter to make room for the flex party and tutorials. And I have a lot to teach today, so. And that also means that instead of eating lunch at 10:30 like I normally do, which don't even get me started, it looks like I'll be eating lunch at 10 a.m. So, love that for me. I am chronically dehydrated. I just don't drink water, ever. So, last year I started drinking these like Prime hydration sticks. I don't know if it's like has anything extra in it to like extra hydrate you, but it makes my water taste good and there's no sugar. So at the very least, I'm getting an extra 32 ounces a day because pretty much every day that I use this, I drink the whole thing. And I have a Hydro Flask and like a knockoff Stanley, and those are both 32 ounces, I think. But I struggle to finish those. This, because it tastes good, and I think because of the way that the bottle is, I drink more of it. So if I can drink one of these, and then this year I've been using my Hydro Flask. If I could drink one of these in my Hydro Flask every day, that would be like the bare minimum. That'd be 64 ounces. I went to a nutritionist last year, and he told me that I should be drinking 100 ounces of water a day. Never once in my life have I drank 100 ounces of water. That's insane. Good goal to shoot for. Not for me. Also, look how cute my earrings are. It's been like gloomy fall feeling, even though it's Texas, so it's probably gonna be 90 degrees next week. But I'm trying to just like manifest fall. Okay, what do I need to do? I'm so tired. And I even slept pretty well last night. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night to pee. When I woke up, I actually woke up to my first alarm at 5:30 and snoozed until 6:15 because I was honestly just that tired. Like, I kept telling myself, like, I need to get up. But like, I was so comfortable and I was so tired. And one of my favorite things is not falling back asleep, but just like relishing in the fact that I am resting in the morning, you know? So that's what I did this morning. Oh, it's so bad. I don't know why I'm so tired. I will probably check in after work. I'm so tired I can't even think of anything to say. Also, look, okay, it was flex, and so basically since I'm a core teacher, I'm never gonna get to go to the flex party and like chaperone that. So one of the teachers that does get to go to that party always grabs a snow cone for us core teachers, so that's that situation. So I have this ID badge and we got a new ID, but I just checked it. So last year I was really upset because the new one that I got doesn't scan, and then we got this one and it also doesn't scan, like to get us into the building, like that we use our badge, and it literally just doesn't work. So I think I have to put both in here. So that's what I did, and I'm gonna check it in the morning to see. It should scan like through the ID, you know what I mean? Like, I have basically 2 IDs put in here now. I have the one that I got from district, and then I have the one that I got from my campus. For whatever reason, the one I got from my campus, I think it's just for identification. It's not to actually give us access to anything. Y'all, oh, okay. Got it. I'll cover up everything important. So cute. My students they love looking at my badge for some reason. And so last year I had my district badge in here. And until today I had my district badge. And that was before I got bangs. Last year my bangs were like, not good. I did not like them. But, so my students knew me with bangs, and every time they looked at that, they were like, oh, I like you better with bangs. And I also got like a little card that had my picture on it, and I had that hung up on my door. Well, this year, I got my new card, which has this picture on it. And I was like, oh guys, look, I'm switching out the pictures. And my students were like, Miss Adams, you had a major glow up. And I'm like, thank you so much, but also that's kind of mean. So someone's walking by. This is so awkward. I have a lot of errands to run. A lot, not really. I have to go to the UPS store and ship a return to Amazon because the thing that I bought sheets and they arrived open and damaged. Rude. And then I have to stop by CVS and pick up my prescription that I've been waiting on for days. So, let's go run some errands. I am the silliest because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go run some errands. And then instead of going in the direction of the errands, I just went home. And I made it like basically all the way home before I remembered that I was supposed to be running errands. So I had to turn around and run my errands. So I just finished up at the UPS store. Now I'm gonna go to CVS. I'm debating whether or not I should also go to Walmart. I really don't want to. Like, I really don't want to. I feel like I've been to Walmart so many times in the past few days, but I'm probably not going to. It's literally right here. That's Walmart, in case you're wondering. It's right there. Walking distance. No, I'm not going to. Good morning. Just made it to school. I'm actually on time for once. 7:20. Go me. So, just gotta get my many belongings inside. This morning, I was supposed to meet a friend for coffee before work because it's Wednesday and that's like what we do. But she's not feeling well. So, I had a little bit more time to get ready. We have a whole meeting this morning, so I don't have to do tutorials. But this meeting is probably gonna be frustrating because I feel like everyone cares so much about things that don't matter. Like, the students have planners with bathroom passes in them. They only get 5 bathroom passes per class per 9 weeks. You following? Well, the teachers are like, we need to date when we sign it. Like, don't just sign the pass, date it too, because some kids are going to the bathroom every single class, like in the same day. Why does that matter? So they're just using up all their bathroom passes that much faster. Like, they don't get more by using them all on the same day. Like, it just doesn't, like, why do you care? Like, sure, they're going to use up all of them. If they go to every single class 5 days in a row, they've used up all their passes, and now they can't go during your class until the second 9 weeks. So why are you getting in a tizzy about it? Like, bathrooms at my school are such a big deal. And I don't get that. I don't know. Is that common everywhere? Like, if you teach at a middle school, can you let me know? Like, do y'all treat the bathrooms like prisons? Like teachers have to stand in front of the bathroom to make sure that students, like during passing periods, you have to stand in front of the bathroom to make sure they don't take their backpack in the bathroom. I don't know. It's just frustrating to me. I feel like it's just adding more on our plate as teachers that doesn't matter. Once they're out of bathroom passes, they're out of bathroom passes. Get over it.
After lunch, my stomach hurts. 2 things you heard me say so many times. I know. But my stomach does hurt. And right now, I'm just kind of organizing all of my papers. I have like this desk over here. Ta-da! that has just a bunch of, just has a bunch of papers on it. And I need to figure out what's going on with them. So that is all next week stuff. This is all the materials that I pulled for PLC today. And I also have this binder that basically, I'm trying to be more organized this year. I thought I was being organized last year. I was not. I'm being way more organized this year and trying to, basically, I have any assignment that we do in class, I put a blank copy and the key into this binder. That way, next year, when we're looking for materials, I can just bring this binder with me and say, well, this is what we did last year. And we can kind of go through and all that sort of stuff and pick and choose what we want to use. Okay. So I know it's probably not that exciting because you can't actually see what it is that I'm doing. Is that a little bit better? Is that a little bit more interesting? So that's the copy. This is the key. I have, oh my gosh, I only have 10 minutes. At the end of planning today, the principal came in and he needed to talk to me about something. It was fine. It was all good things. I had asked him a question and he was like, oh, I need to get back to you on that. So he was just getting back to me on that. But it ended up taking quite a while. So I'm now rushed. See, and the problem, I have three copies, but none of them are actually fully filled in. Where's my official key? I threw the key away. Awesome. I also have been trying to use Canvas more this year because we are expected to use Canvas. Literally, what am I talking about? I'm just rambling. I don't think I have anything important to say. Just rambling. So, see you later. It's 4:37. School let out at 3:45. I got, as soon as the bell rang, one of my teachers on my hall came in and was talking to me about whatever for like 15 minutes. He left. I got like one little thing done, and then immediately another teacher walked in from downstairs and he was looking for someone else and she wasn't here. And so then he started talking to me about whatever. However, while he was in here, he did hang up a poster for me. So I'll take it. But anyway, all of that happened and it was probably like 4:15 when I was finally left to my own devices. So I'm just trying to stay on top of things. Right now I'm updating my Canvas. That's what I'm doing. I had to scan in a bunch of assignments and stuff like that, which is frustrating because I know this is not going to get used by anyone, but it's fine. At least I can say it's done. So now I have not been keeping up with my newsletter. I'm trying to do a newsletter this week, or this year. I didn't do one last year, and they highly recommend doing a newsletter, even though nobody reads it. I'm trying to use my agenda actually, and I'm trying a new thing. So I normally, let me see, where did I do it? So like I will plan out the whole week what I'm doing in all of my classes, and that's great, but rarely do things go to plan. So I think mentally I'm just gonna know what I'm doing each day, and then I want to start actually writing what I did in each class in pen, and then in pencil writing on the next day what I need to do, like where I need to pick up. Because when you have 3 different classes and they're all at different levels, it gets a little chaotic trying to remember where specifically you left off with certain classes, what you actually assigned, what you haven't assigned yet, all that sort of stuff. I also am trying to keep track of what I'm taking for grades, because my policy is if a student asks, is this for a grade? I say yes, because otherwise they won't do it. They're not going to remember what I said yes to, so it doesn't matter. So I tell them that literally everything we do in class is for a grade, and then I only grade like half of it, less than half of it. They think I'm grading everything. I don't have time for that. I hate staying here this late. It's been an hour. I said goodbye to all of my students an hour ago, and I'm still here. I know it's just the beginning. I'm also trying just to figure out my classes this year. I've made a little bit of progress in that one really bad class that made me cry last week. They didn't make me cry. It was just kind of the needle that broke the camel's back, you know? Straw that broke the camel's back. However you say that. If you walk into someone's classroom and everything is organized, they're either a new teacher who doesn't understand work-life balance, or they're a veteran teacher who still doesn't understand work-life balance. If you walk into a classroom and it is just a mess, it looks like an explosion of papers went off, they probably have a really good work-life balance, and they're out of there at their contract hour. 4 o'clock hits, they're gone. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. And I admire them so much for that. I normally don't stay this late. First 9 weeks is rough. This classroom is like my home. This is my second home because I'm here so much. And I like everything to be where it needs to be. I want to be organized. I want to know what's going on in my home. I wish I cared that much about my actual apartment. It's a mess right now. Okay. Anyway, I've just been rambling for 10 minutes. Yikes. I should go home. I'm hungry. Okay, I'm gonna finish up this newsletter, get it posted to Canvas, and then hit the road. Friday. Let's see, today has been chaotic because I'm treating today kind of like a catch-up day because progress reports are being finalized today. So I want to give all my students a chance to get kind of caught up. So what I am going to do, I did a lot of grading yesterday. So I'm going to print out everyone's like current progress report for my class, which shows them what assignments they have zeros in. And I'm going to give them some time to work on them. It's gonna be a good day. I can feel it. Just wanted to check in because I didn't talk to y'all at all yesterday. It wasn't necessarily a bad day, I just didn't really have anything to say. Working on that and just still trying to find ways to stay more organized long term. So I feel like short-term organization is doing well. Still working on long term. Still working on how to keep track of absent students and things like that. Well, Friday has come and gone. Well, it's not over yet, but it is 5:14 and I'm just now leaving. The good news is I'm not as just like bone tired, exhausted this week as I have been in previous weeks, but I'm just kind of, I'm glad it's Friday. This was a really, really long week, a really tough week. Oh, and grades were due, so that's why I had to stay so late, because I was putting in grades and calling or emailing parents, emailing a bunch of other people, just doing all the stuff that I put off all week long. Glad it's the weekend. Not entirely sure what I'm doing on Monday with my classes, but I was just over it today. There are days where I've reached my limit, and today's that day, and I'm glad that it happened on Friday because I have the weekend to recover. It was definitely rough. It was rough today. I just got to a point where I didn't care. You don't understand? That's on you, buddy. Where you didn't learn anything new today. It was all just finishing assignments that they didn't turn in. So it was supposed to be a very chill day. I wanted to like let them work on stuff, put on some music, but they can't be chill. They can't handle chill. And it's really just one class. My first class was crazy. And then my honors were okay. But that other class that I have, I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. I wish these weren't so negative all the time. I feel like all I do is get on here and complain. I love my job, but it's just really frustrating that it's not going how I envisioned. And I think last year everything was new and everything was crazy, that a lot of stuff I was either just ignorant about or kind of brushed off with, oh, well, it's just my first year, so it'll get better next year. And then this year, I have a lot more experience. I have a lot of more knowledge of what to expect and things like that. And it's still not the way I thought it was going to be. So that's really frustrating. But I at least thought that if it got to the point where I was having to yell at my classes to stop talking, I at least thought that they would. But they don't. So I just don't know. And I don't like yelling at them. I take so many steps before yelling at them. Like, I feel like I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I've gone to the trainings, I've done the research, I listened to the people, and I'm doing all of those things. None of it works. None of it works. They still do what they want and they don't listen to me. And I will teach them in a whole class setting and they will not pay attention. And they will get mad at me because they don't know how to do it. I don't know where the learned helplessness got its hooks in, but it is wrapped so tightly around these students that I know for a fact that they're not even registering the fact that the second they don't want to do it, or it gets a little difficult, or they don't immediately understand it, they just give up. What do you do with a class of kids who want you to do everything for them? They refuse to put a single ounce of brain power into anything that they do. They just want someone else to do it for them. And that's fine with them because, oh, well, I failed the STAR every single year since 3rd grade, so I'm going to fail it again this year. But it doesn't matter. I've still passed every year. Like, I've failed every year, but I still get moved on to the next grade, so it doesn't matter. How am I supposed to argue with that logic? Like, all I can say is, okay, well, yeah, but that won't fly in high school. In high school, if you fail, you'll have to do it again. Well, I'm just going to drop out before I get to high school. I've never been to a training that talked about that. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that. Or just complete apathy and won't even deign to give me a response. They just sit there. I don't know. I don't care. So it's hard. It's really hard. And it's also frustrating knowing that my performance as a teacher relies on their performance. What other job is like that? What other job do you get judged based on how other people perform? I'm teaching really, really good lessons. They're just not paying any attention to them. They're not listening to them. They don't care. So when they fail the test, it makes it look like I'm a bad teacher. And I don't think I am. I've gotten like really, really good feedback from a lot of people. I mean, I've gotten constructive criticism, and it's all criticism that I completely expected to receive. And I've never gotten criticism where I was like, what? Like, I knew it was all coming because I'm a very reflective person and I'm constantly thinking about how I can be better. But my test scores suck. I really would love to think of something positive to say to end off this vlog, but I'm at a loss. It's just been one of those weeks. And when I was doing, my research into whether or not I was ready to start teaching, which, if you don't know, like, the story of how I got into teaching, I do have a video about that on my channel already. But basically, I went alt cert. I knew I wanted to teach, but I took a year after graduating college to actually get my alt cert. And when I was deciding whether or not to get it, I was watching a lot of like day in the life, week in the life of teacher videos. So videos like this, I was eating them up. I was watching them so much because I wanted to know if it was really as bad as everyone said it was. So I don't want to hide anything from you guys. Like, I want to be completely transparent with what it's like to teach in Texas right now. If you're watching this because you are planning to be a teacher or trying to decide if this is for you, you came to the right place. I'm not gonna hide anything from you guys. I keep it real, even when there are some things that I'm like, that's hard to share. But it's a lot. But if you're made for it, you're made for it. And I know I'm made for it. I can't imagine doing anything else. Do with that what you will. And I guess I'm gonna cut myself off here. I've been talking for 12 minutes. It's now 5:30, still in the school parking lot. I hope you enjoyed today's very long, very real vlog about what it is to be a middle school math teacher in Texas. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you can be a part of all of my future vlogs and videos and whatever else I get up to. And I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.